Good afternoon. Bonjour tout le monde. I've had a chance to review the throne speech, and I have some preliminary remarks to make about it today. I must say that there's nothing really new in the throne speech. It's essentially the policies that the Liberals have announced for the past several months and broad platitudes. I will say there are some positive indications in that throne speech that New Democrats can support. For example, we have long been supporters of building a strong, independent Canadian economy and supporting Canadian companies making Canadian goods and services and becoming champions on the global stage, creating good jobs here at home. And we also are very much in favor of building a diversified trade relationship so that Canada can take better advantage of exporting our goods and services with reliable trade partners and reducing our reliance on the United States. We also are also pleased to see a commitment to promote more internal trade between Canadian provinces and territories and to facilitate labour mobility. We think that'll help build a stronger domestic Canadian economy. And finally, I'm glad to see that housing is mentioned in the throne speech. New Democrats have for decades been advocating for the federal government to play a stronger role in creating the millions of affordable homes that Canadians need from coast to coast to coast. I will say on the more negative side, this is not a worker-centered throne speech. And I'm also very concerned about what is not mentioned in the throne speech. For example, the words healthcare are absent from the throne speech. You won't find any reference to Indigenous housing, perhaps the most acute need for affordable housing in the country within that important demographic group. And also, we're not seeing any of the kinds of protections that we think Canadian workers need to have in the face of the threats that Donald Trump's tariffs present to our country. Finally, I'm, I think, most concerned about the economic message sent in this throne speech. Essentially, they're cutting revenue to the federal government and at the same time saying that they're going to keep spending to under 2%, which is the rate of inflation or maybe under inflation. That can only mean one thing for Canadians. It means a cut to the public services that Canadians rely on. And so we'll be working hard in the House to bring these messages to the floor of the House of Commons and advocating for the kinds of services that we need, the protections Canadian workers want and deserve, and to build the kind of Canadian economy that we know Canada is so capable of and that Canadians so richly deserve.